Hi guys, welcome to this evening's flight. Here with us in the USA tonight, we're going to be flying with FedEx, and we're going to be going from San Diego up to Long Beach in the lovely 737-600 variant. So doing a cargo flight tonight. Would have used UPS, but there isn't one. The 757's got quite a lot of problems going on right now. So we're stuck with this lovely bird tonight. Flying out San Diego for runway 09, then we'll fly straight overhead past all them lovely buildings and make our way up through to Long Beach, arriving on runway 30 on the ILS. So should make for an interesting flight today. So don't forget to like and subscribe guys, and leave your comments down below. And now that's all said and done, we can get into the cockpit and start the aircraft up. Okay, so we're in the dark, cold cockpit of the 737-600, and we're using the normal Reshade. That's why it's quite dark right now. So what we'll do is we'll turn our battery, which is on unguarded, standby power is on unguarded, and ground power is on. We can go ahead and put our bats to bat and ground power. After that, we'll do the IRS. We'll come down, we've got our panel lights on, we'll arm the emergency lights. We'll then put our fasten seat belts on. We'll put the one pump on as we start the APU. Once we wait for that to come on, then we can go to our window heat, which we can then turn on. And we'll turn on our probes with our trim air, and we can turn our packs on. Today we're going for a flight level of 12,000. Just a little low level one today. We've got some clouds in the area as well, which should make do for a really nice textured arrival into the airport. So for our elevation down in the airport, we've got a touchdown of 38, so we'll leave that at 50, that's all good. Turn on our anti-collisions as we are going to get ready to go very quick. So we're going to the FMC now, and we'll just put in our ASUS for San Diego. So Kilo Sierra Alpha November, stick that in and wait for it to return. We'll go into the FMC now, we'll do our positioning. So Kilo Sierra Alpha November, shove that in, and she should come to life. There we go. Okay, so we'll go to our route, which is Kingston to Kilo Lima Golf Bravo. Going to be departing runway 09, and we are going to take the Falcon 1 Charlie, and we will transition, if I get the charts up. We'll transition off at Sierra Lima India, as I'm going to then basically put in a forward route from that. So once we head over from Falcon, then we'll take the Victor 168, the Victor 186, sorry. Okay, so then we're going to go straight to Tanner. And then from Tanner, we're then going to go to Nickel, where we'll then take the Victor 64. That'll be the start of our arrival, and the arrival that we've got for KO would be the KO7 arrival. And where shall we transition out from? So we've got quite a lot here. We can transition off at Heck for Hector, or we can go for Palm Springs. So we'll transition off at Palm Springs, and we are coming in for the ILS 430, and we will transition off as we've got Long Beach right in front of us, and we've got Mids and Slee. So Seal Beach, so we'll take Seal Beach with the glide slope on. Can activate that up now. Go into our perf. Got reserves of 1. I'm going to do a flight level of 200. We can climb up. We can climb up if we need to, but it's a short flight anyway. So we'll activate that in. Go and get our full takeoff for our cargo today. We'll do a flaps 10, which is a 1364V rotate and a 1464V2. So put our max bank on, and we've got our 146. Okay, so 146200, and we'll arm the flight directors now. Gonna go ahead and call the tug. Okay, so we'll switch over the APU, put the APU gen on, turn the yaw damper on, we'll turn our electrics on, turn our packs off, put the APU bleed on, and turn all of our pumps on. And we'll turn our strobes to steady. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll disconnect everything. As we are all ready to go. Okay, so he's ready to connect. And we can turn our auto brake to RTO. Everything on the overhead now is ready to go for our engine start. Turn our engines to both. And put a logo on even though it's daytime. Okay, so we are all ready to go now. So one thing I do want to do just before we do go, there's a few things that we need to set up. So we'll go ahead and get our ATIS, which is going to be a altimeter of 30190000. So 3019. Okay, 3019, and we'll put 3019 over on here. Okay, which is all set. We'll light up the first officer's panel as well, and we've got our radio panel lit up as well. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and turn the TARA on, and we'll go for our center of gravity that I want to get, which is a 21.8. Zoom in. There we go, that will do us. So we'll go ahead now and release the parking brake, and we'll go ahead and start engine number 2. Thank you very much. So going ahead to start number 2 is coming alive now. Okay, so now what we can do is go ahead for engine number 1. Okay, so what we can do now is we can set the parking brake, go ahead and switch over the bus, go to Gen 1, turn our packs back on, we'll turn our isolation valve to auto, and turn the APU bleed off with the APU. We can turn our taxi lights on now and get ready to taxi to runway 09. So just wait for the tug to disappear, and then we can start her up. That's just as we move the throttles over as they were left in the open position. So he's going to disappear now, and we can get our taxi route all up, ready to go. So for our taxi route out from San Diego, we're going to go from runway 09. We'll come out of Foxtrot, turn a right onto Charlie, enter onto Charlie 6, back taxi down past the Bravo 9, and then spin around onto Bravo 10. Backtrack on the 094. So we've got the 094 on the charts, so we'll trust the charts, we'll see how they add up when we get onto the runway. So the 094, everything is all set to go here. I'm happy, the crew is happy, so now we can go ahead and drop our flap set. Okay, so we're all ready to go now, so what we're going to do is release the brakes and we can get out. So let's tell the cabin crew that we are all ready to go, and release the brakes and start to put some power in. Okay, so we're going to come down Foxtrot, then we'll turn a right onto Charlie. Should be a nice arrival into Longbeach later on tonight. So we'll now get ready to make that right onto Charlie. We are using Orthos as well tonight for the San Diego and Long Beach area. Okay, so now we'll go on to Charlie. And we'll follow it down where we'll enter onto runway 09 from Charlie 6. So just following the taxiway down now. Flying with the old FedEx. Lovely airline, nice for the cargo. It's got some nice colours. I like white aircrafts, they look very nice with the textures, the cream. Comes up really well on the recordings. So we're just going to get ready now to enter onto the runway. Double back taxi. So here's our Charlie for the Bravo 6. So we'll cross over and then we'll turn right onto Bravo. Okay, so now we're going to basically follow the taxiway down Bravo and then we'll turn on for the Bravo 10. Just going past Terminal 1 and Terminal 2. Not too far to go now as we get ready. And we was going for a 146. Okay, so there's our 146. Make sure not to go off the line for the taxiway. There's Bravo 8. And we've got Bravo 9 and then Bravo 10 is the last one for us. So we'll get some lovely views out after takeoff of San Diego as we leave. Okay, so second right is our taxiway onto the runway. So just passing now Bravo 9. And here's our Bravo 10. Okay, so ready to turn on to the Bravo 10 taxiway, or hold, as we cross over to then line up for runway 09. So once we level off straight onto the runway, we'll then turn on our strobes. Okay, so what we can do now is we'll turn our landing lights on. We've got our runway turn-offs, taxis are on, we've got our strobes to steady the wing and wheel well, and we'll turn the taxi lights off now.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Let's see if the runway levels to the 094. Okay, there we go. So we are now level. Let's go into our legs page. We've already verified our takeoff speeds. Go into our legs. So we need to lock that into PSP, which will then give us our flight level. And then we're all ready to go down to there. There's a hold in there. We'll take that out at Guinea. And then we come down and intercept a padder for the padder hold. Okay, so we're all ready to go. There's runway 30. So what we'll do is we'll start our clock. Release the brake. 45%. Let it stabilize. And toga. Airspeed alive.
80 knots.
Check. Throttle hold.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
You're right.
Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Terrain.
Okay.
400.
So,
Terrain.
check.
Pull up. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up.
So, turn the LNAV and VNAV on as we follow flight director out. Then we're going to backtrack round. Slowly following the flight director now, nice and calm as we don't have much of a wind or anything, so it's going to be pretty smooth. Coming through 2,500 now, we can turn the auto brake off. And we'll start to make our initial climb up. Okay, so just passing 3,200, we're just waiting to make that left turn. Coming up to our flaps 5 and to our flaps 1. Got to keep the 10 open, just give us a bit more drag. So there we go, just holding on now. And we can start to climb. As we're about to fly through the clouds. Holding on for that 230 and the flaps up now. Just about to break through the clouds for the left turn to backtrack on the SID. Okay, so start to make that left turn around now. Just try not to overspeed. There we go. Keeping it nice and steady as we follow around. Passing through 7,000 now. Still manually flying the aircraft as we just peek through the lovely clouds. Trying to stay stable for our 250. Sending it roughly around between 3,000 and 3,500 feet. As we backtrack round now, passing by the airport. Okay, so there's our 10,000 feet, so we'll go ahead and we'll turn the landing lights off. Runway turn-offs can go off, and will well. As we now start to climb to our climb speed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign will be switched off shortly. However, for your own safety, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt loosely fastened in case of any unexpected turbulence. We have an excellent team on board today, and we are all happy to offer you any assistance you may require throughout the flight. Our in-flight entertainment has begun.
Okay, still manually flying the aircraft now as we fly out through 12,000 feet. There we go, nice and stable. As just input a little bit of trim so we can speed up just a tad. Now we get ready to make that turn to the right. Coming through 14,000 feet now. Aircraft's nice and stable as we're going to bank round to the right. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so just following around, there's our top of climb. Slowly bring the aircraft back round. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to activate the autopilot, and now the aircraft has full control. So we've got auto brake, which is off after 400 feet. On VNAV, we turned the autopilot on 17,000, flew it out manually. It was a nice clear day, so it's very nice to fly the aircraft out. So just climbing up to our 200, and then if we have a look on our legs, can see that there's a Tanner. Then we're going to make a left turn to Nickel, go through Bands, all the way to KO. So now I can see that we've got bands in the FMC. Well, then basically what's going to happen is we're going to hit bands at 13,000, which basically here is 200, but on the chart says 13,000. Then we'll come right across as we're going to go to HDF. So let's have a look on the plan. Okay, so right now we are just getting ready to come round. So what we can quickly do before we do our zigzaggy round is we'll do our takeoff cinematics. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you when we get back for our top of descent. Hi guys, so right now what we're doing is we are just making our way towards Palm Springs as we are just getting ready to make our top of descent. Actually turn the clock off. So we're at 200 now, then we're going to make a left turn at Palm Springs and then we're going to come down and then we'll start making our descent just after. Our third fix after Bandy. So let's go have a look at our plan quickly. Okay, so go into our legs, go to our step. There we go. So once we get to PSP, then we're going to make a left turn to Alex, and then we'll go to bands. Our top of descent will then hit at Hotel Delta Foxtrot. We'll then go away and start the top of the star at KO, and then we'll follow it round as we transition round off of Maxu or mids for runway 30. So it's pretty straightforward, and got some lovely views right now, so we'll try and get the aircraft all set up now so we can enjoy the views after. So we've got flaps 30 of a 149, which we can stick in, which is set in a 11.3 with a 303 degree course. So we'll put the 303 degree course in. There's 303, and what we can also do is put in the ILS, which is 110.30. There, just turn our panels on. There we go. So we've got 111.30. Okay, so we'll just clear this off, and we'll do 110.3 and 110.3, which is all set, as we are now just coming past the lovely mountains, ready to come around to Palm Springs. Currently at flight level 200, and we're just waiting to make our descent down. Have a look at the approach charts. We will intercept glide slope at 1600 feet, and it will be a 301 to the glide slope, and then we'll head down on a 1600 foot. We'll intercept around. So everything will be all set up then, and should be all good to go. So once we get to Palm Springs, we're going to basically turn right around the mountain, the left turn, and then backtrack us back to Longbeach. So we'll go in and get our ATIS quickly. Send that off whilst we wait. And then once we make our left turn around, we'll then start putting in our barrows. There will be a wing view of the whole approach from this point afterwards, so if anybody wants to watch that as well, you're more than welcome. As it's got orthos in, so it's worth the view. So I'll definitely include that in after the flight's finished. If you stick around after we say our bye-byes, then we'll go in for the full approach. So 310, currently at, about to make our left turn around. Got some lovely views with the orthos. Okay, so we're just near Palm Springs now, as we're going to make that left turn around, and then we'll come back in for the approach. And then we can start our top of descent as we come round the bend. Go for a auto brake number 1. And any moment now we'll make that left turn around. Okay, so here we go, round the bend. Still flying a 200 as we come round the bend, and what is our speed for now? 310 until we get to frets just before the star. By the time we get there we'll be at 14,000, so it should be a nice slow descent around. Okay, so just making that left round from Palm Springs. What we can also do now is we set the MCP altitude to 1,600 feet, which is set. As we make that big left turn around for the airport. USA's actually got some lovely views, and the Orthos are actually really nice. Downloaded them last night, so thought let's go over to the USA, and there is actually some amazing views with the Orthos. They're using USA #2 for the Ortho scenery, and I'm actually really impressed, especially with the real-time weather, the way it creates the clouds. They're only default clouds as well. We're not using any 50-60 pound cloud weather engines. We're just using the default clouds, and they're just built up in layers. So making that big left around, enjoying the views as we come round, scrimping and scraping. There we go, so we're just about to come back on track. As we go to Alec. So our top of descent is roughly just out the way. Going to leave the flight running as we're going to make our way from Alex to them bands, and then we'll join him for our top of descent. Going to keep, not going to skip too much of this flight. It's actually a really scenic flight, and we'll have the full approach after. So make sure you stay tuned. Okay, so we're just still cruising along, waiting for our top of descent. The glide path for Longbeach is a 3 degree. Coming for the 301, but we put the 303. We'll know when we get down on final. And what we'll do is, I'm going to follow the charts, and I'm sure the chart's not wrong. So put 301 in for a 234 right now. As we get ready to make our top of descent to Longbeach. And what we need to do as well is we just need to basically stick bands in, which will put us back on track. We've got our top of descent, which is around 20 miles out. Okay, so we are just about ready to start our top of descent, so let's start getting the aircraft all set up and ready to go. So we've got flaps 30 of a 149 plus 5 be a 154. Got the ILS course frequency, which is 110.30 and 303 on the course for 301 instead. Now we're going to start and get ready for our top of descent as we start getting the aircraft all slowed down, ready for that 240. Got some wind from the right coming down. And we'll start our decel as we get sooner. So once we get 2 frets, we'll go down to 240, and I'll make sure that that is in as well. Give us a slower descent rate as well. So just do a bit of speed management. And if we get the ASUS up now, let's have a look at the runway. Is QNH is 0316, well 3016. Okay, which is set, and we've got 3016 here as well. Which is set. So QNHs are set now for the runway as we get ready to come down into that lovely Longbeach. So make that right turn now as we just go into our top of descent. So if we zoom in now on the navigational display, we can see we're just going to pass the tip, and now we're going to go into our TD. So the aircraft will initially drop down into a steep descent, and then it will pick itself back. Okay, so just made that right turn, going into our top of descent, coming for frets. We'll slow to 240. I will monitor the aircraft with the descent as well, and our speed. We'll slow the aircraft down to 240 from the FMC if we have to, if it doesn't decelerate at that moment in time. So whilst we're making our way down to the airport now, let's go ahead and get our barrow. So we're going to do a 258 on the barrow, and we'll put the QNHs back to standard for the airport, which is 3016. We'll now do our barrow, which is 258. That always happens. There we go. Okay, 258. And 258. So going into descent now, we can turn our start switches to continuous as we're now descending down for frets, which will be for the 240. We'll slow. The aircraft doesn't automatically slow, then we'll just input it into the FMC, which is not a problem. So we've got a 258 barrow for our decision height of round up 220, 2 to 220. And we've got our auto brake set to number 1. We have our ILS course frequencies which are set as well, and we'll run through the approach checklist in just a moment. So we've got some lovely views right now, lovely clouds. It's really nice. Definitely a nice flight this has been. It's been enjoyable to actually watch it. So past frets now. As you can see, no decel, so we'll just input that in now. Okay, so we'll execute that, and we'll open the speed brake. As we're now descending through 14 for 13, down to our 160 for the glide slope, and we will intercept for the localizer. So just slowly breaking through the clouds now. This should be a really nice approach when we do the Wingview approach after the actual flight is finished. That's something that I'm really looking forward to. So just slowing under 250 now for our 240. Get the speed brakes back in and we'll arm them. As you can see on our route, basically going to so we're just following it down now through Jogty, and then we're going to come down and spin around at Slee for mids, and then we will be lined up ready to intercept for the ILS for 1,600 feet. Just coming down through 12, so we'll get ready to do our checklist now. So just got a little while just there. So what we can do now is we'll start to get the aircraft all set up ready for our arrival. So we've got our temperatures setting, which are set at 3016, which are cross-checked and checked. We've got altitude for our approach, which is 1,600, where we intercept the localizer on a 301 degree course. We've got the ILS course frequency, which is a 110.30, and now we can activate them, which is checked. Our minimums barrel, we've got a 258 for a 2 to 220 minimums. Taxi lights can now go to auto, and now that is the best part of our arrival. Hold at 4,000. Now make that right turn around. And what we'll do now is we'll turn the VOR lock on. Okay, so there's our flaps up. Go to our flaps 5. So runway is in sight. Wait until the localizer levels off. So run our flaps 5 now. So if we run through our procedures one more time, we've got the QNH which is set for 3016, the course of 301, we've got auto brake number 1, we've got flaps 3149 for a 154, and we've got our ILS is setting at 110.30. The VOR lock is now established. What we can do is we'll wait until we descend down through the VNAV profile for that 160, and then once the glide slope becomes active, then we'll drop our gear down. As we are going to descend again. So we're at flaps 5. We'll hold the flaps 5 until we start to make our descent down, as there's the glide slope. So there we go, aircraft's going to start descending down through 3000. So what we'll do now is we'll turn the approach on, and we'll drop flaps 15, gear down. Okay. Go to our flaps 30. Oh, 154. Speed brake is armed, and what we can do now is we can disconnect. Okay, so I have control of the aircraft now. Coming down nice and smooth. Keeping it nice and stable, should be coming down for around 650. Winds are calm, those should make for a nice arrival. So on the 154. There's the outer marker. So we've got 5 knot winds to the right, coming from the right. Okay, get back in with the glide slope.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Okay, just keeping it nice and stable. Down for our 154. Okay, following the puppies.
Approaching minimum 300.
Okay, little low. There we go, 2 red, 2 white.
Minimums 200.
Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, speed brakes are up and reversers are active. Okay, so we'll let the reversers back out now as we slow down to a stop. Manual braking.
80 knots.
Check. Okay, let the aircraft roll now. And we'll drop the speed brakes back in. And there we are, guys, down in Longbeach. So we'll just get ready to vacate now. We can drop our flaps up. And now it's time for our takeoff cinematics, guys, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you after when we get back to taxi to the gate. And there we are, guys, down in Longbeach for tonight's flight. Now if you're still holding on, then we've got the arrival in the Wingview as well, with some nice epic views, so you can see all them Ortho scenery. So don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your comments down below, and I'll leave you now to watch the Wingview. So take care for now, bye bye.